Hey there, this is Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, author, book coach, and consultant. Good evening. It is the first Wednesday in June. It feels like I haven't been here in a while, but last week was the fifth Wednesday of May, and I had a bunch of stuff I was doing. It's just been an incredibly busy couple of weeks, but we are here tonight. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited. And I want to talk to you about how to grow through resistance. It's been a lot of stuff that I've been pushing through. And sometimes you need the resistance actually in order to make it. And particularly coming from the gym a little earlier, it's like there was some resistance we were doing today, because we have to stay strong. We have to learn how to get to the other side of it because there will be things that come up against you. But what are you going to do? So that's what I've been thinking about. That's what I want to share with you guys today because, to be honest, there's some kind of resistance every day. I signed up for a number of things through my reunion last weekend. Well, they actually come with the package, but, getting from one location to another, back to campus, somewhere else, downtown, back home, come back. I was like, okay, that's a lot. But it was amazing to participate because you get to see your classmates and other classmates, but, just the fellowship and the growth of the Alumni Summit, the Black Alumni Summit, and all the activities. It was Sol Hoya reunion weekend. And so there's always a fabulous party. We went to this amazing brunch on Sunday, and just activities. I actually was in my library that I hadn't been in 35 years, to actually sit there, get one of those private booths because I was taking another class. So cramming lots of things in. And there is always, when you have a lot on your plate, in different seasons of your life where you try to push against it. But the thing is, like, you got to lean into it because once, I got past it, I got everything done. I went to all the events I wanted to go to and, had a marvelous time. So the thing is, I want to talk about how to grow through resistance. I think I have about 6 points tonight. So I just want to share that with you because the truth is no one can grow strong without resistance, okay? But it's not natural to our human nature. We don't like resistance. In fact, our human nature wants to do what's easiest as opposed to doing what's best. So sometimes we take the easy route versus the best route. And your brain will be right there to steer you down the easy route until you make a decision to do otherwise. I mean, think about food, think about exercise, what's easiest to make, what's quicker to make. It's easy to pour a bowl of cereal, for instance, than to cut up vegetables and make a salad where you got to have all fresh ingredients. It's easy. So a lot of people's like, you know what? I'm gonna eat a bowl of cereal. But it's those veggies that will help you, that protein, those cruciferous vegetables and things that will really help you to grow and your bones are strong and all the healthy things that you get by eating that versus a bowl of cereal, which we know is going to be full of all kinds of other things that aren't on a prescribed list. Okay. But anyway, enough about that. But the point is, we will often go to the easier thing to do than the thing that is best for us. And because your brain has this memory groove when you do things easy all the time, and not that things should be hard, but sometimes it's the habit of some things that you do, because you just naturally do this instead of that, and it, really puts a groove in your brain for you to naturally do something. And so the resistance comes when you do something different. If you're somebody who drinks a lot of soda or a lot of coffee or whatever, drinking just water, it's going to be resistance, to you. Because it's like, they'll be like, you should drink a gallon of water a day. We're like, wait, that's a lot. I got to be by a bathroom. Well, how much of other drinks are you drinking every day? Are you intentional about being by a bathroom then? It's like, do you drink 4 cups of coffee? You go to Starbucks 3 times a day? I mean, what's happening? Or whatever other things you're drinking that wasn't water before, how much more is your life? Or is it just what you're thinking about it? Because we resist things that cause us to change. Because most people don't change much, okay? Over the course of their life, when they get to a certain age, they don't change much, and when they do, it's usually because they have to. So the thing is, you should start habits that, that brain that's making that groove in there will help you to do the thing that you need to do. So one of the ways is to give it no place. You decide what you will do, push against the resistance, and so I have 6 points like I shared. And the first one is enlarge your capacity. Enlarge your capacity. What does that mean? It means get a coach, get a mentor, get a trainer, what don't you know? Okay. Find out what don't you know, or you know what you don't know. Get someone who can assist you. Who is ahead of you? Who is already doing that thing you want to do? Who is at your ambition level or higher? Who has proof that what they have done is what you're trying to do? You want to go to the person that, like, if you want your stomach to look like this, go to the person who already has that washboard, 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever, however many packs you can get now. Go to that person. If you want to learn how to cook, a vegan meal, go to the person who's already eaten vegan food, who buys vegan, so you can know what to buy even. So, and as a book coach, if you want to learn how to write and publish a book, you got to go to the person who's written and published books. Well, you see Love Is behind me, but that's one of 40, almost 46 books we've done in just under 3 years. Yeah, that's a lot. But, if you want to get your book done, you have to go to the person who knows how to get it done. So enlarge your capacity, who has to prove, tap into the many people around you, who are you connected to, because you'll never go as far as the group you're a part of. It's like if everyone in your group is stuck here, you're going to be stuck there with them if you don't move to a new group. Okay. You can keep them, but if you want to do some new things, you got to learn and do it with some new people. So number one, enlarge your capacity. All right. So that's in thinking, it's in acting, it's what you read, people you're around, places you even go. If you want to see the world, you got to get a passport. You got to start somewhere. Start with the first thing you need to do. If you want to write a book, what's the topic? What do you want to write about? Breaking that down, because you can have 500 ideas in your head, but until you get one of them down on paper, we're not going to move forward. So number one, enlarge your capacity. Number two, let the gifts flow. I love this one. Do an inventory. What do you do well? Without effort, without struggle, what needs to improve, or what can you improve upon, that you do well, or what do you need to let go of that's not working, that never did work beyond that paycheck? Many people are in jobs, because you need a job, you need resources, you need income, you need to take care of yourself, your family, whomever, but you hate it. It's like, is there something else you can do? Because sometimes, we look at it from the perspective of, well, I'm not going to be able to make money if I do the thing I love. Well, that's a mindset, because the thing is, the thing you love that comes natural to you, that's, that makes the impact on people, there will be ways for you to make that work for you. You just have to dig a little deeper, and believe that the thing that you desire, the thing that you're good at, is the thing that will actually help you to succeed. Okay, so that's number two. Let the gifts flow, because they're there. People recognize them in you. Like, people have told me all my life, like, wow, you're such a great writer. There are other things that I do, but that's one of them, organizing and getting things done, helping people plan events and parties. I used to do a lot of that, or just making a place look nice, or decorating, love those things. Hey, Eloise, good to see you, my dear. And so we're here talking about how to grow through resistance. And I've got about 6 points tonight. We just went through the first two. Number one is enlarge your capacity. Number two is let the gifts flow. And we're on number three, release the fear. Now, this is a huge one. Many people are anxious. We're like 6 months into the year. It's like, and some people start doing inventory. What have I done? What have I accomplished? Where am I? And for people that work with me, where am I with my book? Have I finished? Have I started? Did I get that information to Val? Did I, get my bio done? Do I need her help to write it? Where are you? Where are you in your personal life? Did you say you were going to clean out the shed, the basement, the attic, whatever? What did you say you were going to do? And have you done it? Or is there something, you want to go back to school? Release the fear. Some people are like, oh my God, I haven't been in school in 25 years. And there's still classrooms and books, and, there's so much technology now, you can do many programs, including master's degrees online, so you don't even have to leave your house. You just got to register, and you got to figure out what program you want. So release the fear that is holding you back from doing things that, are a little intimidated, but only because it's different. It's different because you just haven't done it before, because once you're like, you know what? In every part of your life, there are stages where you're the new person. You're the new kid on the block, the new student, the new employee, the new family member. And it's just like, and you keep moving forward. So do that. Release the fear. Because you can either look through that lens of fear or you can look through the lens of faith and possibility. You can see that more things are going right for you than going wrong. And I love that. It's like, because a lot of times you focus on the negative, people focus on the negative, but if just take 10 seconds a day, 10 seconds and focus on what's good. I go to this one place where they're always like, what's good about today? It's like, you're here, you're alive, you're breathing. It's like we take those basic, acts of life for granted, but being grateful, being thankful, are ways you release the fear. Because the thing is, it's the statement about, even in fear, do it anyway. It's like, do it, let the fear come with you and let it get on the other side of it. Because the thing is, there's so many things we can do that fear will try to pull us back. It's like, especially the first time you do something, but think about it. Nobody's ever done something until they have. Like, you never won a race, you never had a kid, you never bought a house until you did. And it's the same with anything else in life. Until you do it, until you step out, until you fill out the paperwork, until you're pushing, you haven't done it until you have. And so don't let current distress and things going on blind you. See with that eagle's eye, like, soar above it. Because it's always going to be distractions. It's always going to be things that try to hold you back. But we have to make sure that we're growing, that we're pushing against that resistance. Like I said, I was in the gym earlier and it's like weights and this, we're pushing against it. It was like we were on a weight bench and doing, sit-ups from the side. I don't know what they're called, but it's like you got to lower your body, while you're bending your arms. So whatever that's called, it was about resistance. Okay. So that was the third thing, release the fear. Number 4, you have to invest. Okay. Some people are willing to take on a new challenge, but hesitant to invest their time and money. It's like I want to do that. Oh, it's going to cost. Oh, I got to go somewhere. I got to spend time. It's like, well, how else are you going to move forward? It's like, if you want to go to an event, you're like, oh, I need a black dress. It's a black affair. Right now you got a lot of white affairs, white party, people dressing up, it's a boat party, but everybody's wearing white. And you're like, oh, I have beige, I have cream, I have this, but I don't have white. Are you going to wear white? Or are you going to wear cream or not go? Make a decision. But it's like, you have to invest in the things that you want to do. It's like, I have invested in education. I have several degrees, certifications, editing, training, writing, lots of things, coaches, all kinds of people. Even my fitness, I'm investing in that. And it's like, so you can see results. Because sometimes you're not going to see results until you invest, until you put some stake in the ground, until you, have your foot there. It's like, it's not going to happen because you have to invest. You have to invest for yourself because, sometimes if you look at the cost of something as an investment in yourself, because many people don't invest in themselves. You invest in other people, you invest in family members, spouses, partners, kids, but are you investing in yourself? Because you need to see, like to the kind of side there of me, there are a number of degrees and certifications I have, because I've invested in myself. And it's like, so what are you investing in? What tools do you need? Do you need practice? Do you need to sit on a call with me so we can work through some things? What do you need to invest in? Because the thing is, it's not going to change until you do. So that was number 4. And here's the big one. Number 5, let go of ego. A lot of times we don't want to do stuff because we don't want people to know that we can't, or that we're somehow, we will seem less in their eyes or something. It's like, let it go. Like, let go. That's a fear-based kind of thinking. It's like, and the ego, and the ego is really about pride. I don't want anybody to know that about me. I don't want it. It's like, they may know anyway. And for a lot of things, or they don't care. That becomes the other thing. They either already know or they don't care. Because if it's not affecting their life, but it's really affecting yours, it's like you got to let go of ego, especially when you need help to do something. It's like, don't be the 2-year, I can do it, trying to tie their shoe or walk or do something that they don't want help, and we know that's about independence, but sometimes we need to be interdependent. not dependent, but interdependent, connecting with like-minded people, connecting with people who may have what you don't have, who can help you go further than you would on your own, who can speak some things into your life or say something or share something that you'll be like, aha, I didn't know that. I love that line. I was today years old when I learned that, because you can have that. You may have 40 years in government service doing XYZ, but if this 10-year-old can show you how to do something on your phone in 5 seconds, it's worth it. It's like, let go of ego. Don't be like, I don't need this kid telling me. It's like, look, they've had technology coming out the womb, y'all. So it's like, I'm going to call me some young people. It's like, show me how to do this. Okay, type that up, And so that's what we have to do. We have to learn how to let go of ego, because it's not going to serve us in the long end, and it often manifests because we start looking at what others are doing or what you need to be doing. And you're like, they're ahead of me. They're this. It's like, let go of all of that. Let the proof be in your results, not anyone else's. By letting go of your ego, getting help, getting support, asking for help even, or sharing with someone, what, I'm kind of stuck here, or I don't know what I'm doing. Like, can you help me? It's like, you will see how much further. I mean, I've had a number of people come to me with their books. It's like, look, I got started with this. I don't know what to do with it. Can you fix this? I had a person like, can you val this up? I'm a term, val it up, but it's like, but that's what I do well. There are other things I don't do well. So I need to call on to people. I need to get some help, and so that's what we have to do. Let go of the ego so we can move forward in life. Come on, we can let go of that. And then the last thing, is embrace change. Embrace change. It's like, change is going to happen whether you want it or not, okay? And many people do everything they can not to change, but it's coming. I mean, there's a whole worldwide thing with the air there's fires in Canada, and they're like, okay, we need you to stay inside and close your doors and windows. It's like, that's change, not even from our own country. But something that's happening in another country is causing things in this country to be changed. And it's just like the pandemic shut down everything around the world. That was significant change that people were like, oh my God, I can't go anywhere. I can't call people. I can't visit. That was significant change. But it's like, when you embrace it, you'll see that, one, you'll have more peace in your life than when you try to resist it. And, don't be that person where, you hold on to outdated, unrewarding behavior, lifestyles. Because if you learn to embrace change, or even you can look at it like it's a friend. Change is a friend. Change is going to happen. One of my clients were doing a book, so we're talking about, the change of life. And so whether it's as a young child going through puberty or as an older person going through menopause, it's coming. It's going to happen as long as you're alive. So it's like, when you learn to embrace change, when you even anticipate it, look forward to it, welcome it. It's like, come on, it may not always be fun in the moment and stuff, but, having a mindset of resistance will just keep you stuck when you could actually flow, with these things that are coming. So that's what I have for tonight, how to grow through resistance. And I think about, especially, when we have things going on in our life. And I often think about the book by Charles Dickens, Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. And with some of these principles that I've shared with you tonight, that, that sometimes enlarging your capacity, because you can have multiple things going on at the same time, but it's like, if you allow yourself to stretch or be stretched, circumstances will stretch you, families will stretch you, your job will stretch you, your relationships, your partners will stress you and stretch you, but if you learn to enlarge your capacity, that, and know what your capacity is, because your capacity is not someone else's capacity. You might be able to do 10 things more than what someone else can do. They might only can do one, and you can do 10 things. Let your ego go, which was one of the principles. Don't get caught up in ego. If that's all they can do, say thank you. And if this is what you can do, they can say thank you to you. But we don't have to compare ourselves to what others are doing. And the thing is, by not resisting change or differences, it becomes a much more amenable place for all of us. So how does that relate to a book? It's like, when it comes to editing, I think is the biggest area where I could share that. It's sort of like, don't resist the changes that need to come, because the goal is to make your book the best it can be. Like, I don't want to see errors, but I also don't want to see a lot of grammatical stuff, like the sentence, like, this doesn't make sense. Does this even go together? Like, we want to do it the best we can. And then, it's like, and then you see the fruit of your labor. Then you see why resistance. It's like, go with flow. Resistance is for building muscles, for building character, for building. But so that's why you don't need to resist it. It's like you have to allow it to come in. Because one of the things that I had to let go of was my book that's coming out soon. It's like, because there was some resistance with some things that was going on with that, because of some people I was working with, that was going to do something that I really don't have the time to do, but turns out they're not the people for me, and it's like, sometimes you got to just cut your losses and be like, you know what, we're going to keep it going. But, there's pre-order for my books. This is my proof. So I'm just waiting to get the ones in the mail. So I'm going to be doing some pre-orders, but I got through the resistance. I got through all kinds of things that was trying to not let this come out, but I'm so excited, because that's what we're here for. When we grow through the resistance, then we get to the other side, and we're able to fulfill the purpose, the destiny, get the books done. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. And it's called Power to Excel: How to Get the Life You Want by Leveraging What You Already Have. So some of the things I even talk about is like, a lot of what you need to do is already inside of you. So this book speaks to that, like, what's in you, and so I share, that there's power inside of you. And I share with you how to tap into it. And so I can't wait. Like I said, it's available for pre-order now if you want a signed copy from me. So like I said, I'll be waiting for my delivery to come. I had to make a change to the cover. So, and that's why you get a proof. So you can be like, is it everything we want, or do we need to make any changes? So I'm just happy that it's done. So that's 3 under my name, 1 in a group name, and 44 other books that I've helped people write and publish. So I think that's a pretty good deal there. And even poetry. Hey, Michelle, good to see you, my dear. We've been talking about how to grow through resistance. So I know you know what that's about, fighting through the things that try to block you. But what we've been talking about is how to flow with it. So I'll just give you the quick principles and we're going to wrap up. But number 1 was enlarge your capacity. Number 2, let the gifts flow. Number 3, release the fear. Number 4, invest. You have to invest if you want to grow past that resistance. Number 5, let go of ego. And number 6, embrace change. Things are going to happen. Life is going to be lifing, as they say. And we have to learn how to embrace the change. But that's how to grow through resistance. And we'll come out on the other side stronger. Our character will be better as a result of it. We'll have a great character, integrity, all kinds of things grow. And you grow. You personally grow in resistance, because you need something to push against you in order to push you forward. That's how elevators work. That's how certain things, buildings, and it's about pressure. It's about force. And so all of these things, even though it may sound hard, it may sound like, oh, I don't want that. But that's how we grow. I know in the Bible that when they, Esther, when they were preparing her for the king, like, she had to go through this whole purification process, and the things that they talked about, if you read the history of that, I mean, burning out impurities and all kinds of things. It's like how they do gold. They burn with fire, but the gold gets even more brilliant because all the impurities, it's going through the resistance, it's going through the fire. And sometimes we have to go through that to get to the other side, but we will get there, right? We will get there. So I want to thank you, ladies, for joining me, and thank you all for showing up tonight. I'm so excited for all kinds of things that are coming. I've got about 6 books in process and can't wait to get those out. From doctors to ministers to children to all kinds of things, and my book. So it's coming. As I was sharing here is what it's going to look like. So it's on pre-order now. and there's links available in on my site, on my page. So we'll keep posting that for in case you guys want a signed copy. Thank you, my dear. And so that's what I have for you tonight. So I need you to grow through resistance. Don't fight it, flow with it, because you're going to grow and it's going to be amazing. So until next time, if you need my help, if you need my support, I'm Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, author, book coach, and consultant. And I work with writing and time challenged clients, helping them get their stories told, their books published, and their dreams fulfilled. Okay, you want a signed copy? All right, I'll put the link down in the comments to this video, and you can get it there, or we can send it to you directly. All right, my dear. Till we meet again, I'll see you guys later. Bye.